Exodus chapter 26. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine woven linen. Okay. Now, what is this fine woven linen? Okay, this fine woven linen is actually a cloth made out of flax seeds. Okay, this is where you get your flaxseed oil. You can actually get your omega-3s from this flax seed. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know what omega-3 is, it's the stuff they put in those fish oil pills that heart patients take on a regular basis. So, what they do is they grow this flaxseed and they make fibers out of it and string those fibers together to make your cloth. Now, flaxseed isn't cheap. When you make cloth out of this flaxseed, it is sturdy. It is also, it'll keep you cool. It's a breathable fabric. Okay? And unfortunately, it also wrinkles real easily. Okay? So they recommend that when you wash the stuff, you don't just toss it in the dryer, because you know this is made out of an organic material, and so therefore it stretches, it wears, it tears. It's a real, and it can break. So it is very important not to just suddenly throw this fabric in the washer. All right, so to make 10 curtains out of this fabric, that was some pretty good fabric to make it out of. Do you understand? So, what was the purpose of the fabric? The fabric was to protect people, the ordinary common man, from looking upon God's face and dying. All right, because when the Shekinah glory of God filled the tabernacle, anybody that saw God's face died on the spot. Okay, it's not like it is today. Jesus is the fabric that protects us from God's wrath and fury. Okay, so when we go and approach the throne of God, we do it through Jesus. We don't do it through ourselves. No human being without Jesus can look upon God and live. It's the way it works, because God is too holy and too righteous. So we have that intercessor to make it possible for us to approach God. Without Jesus, we couldn't approach God. So Jesus is our curtain now. We don't need a curtain to protect us anymore. We have Jesus to do that. All right? So that's how that works. And then it says, the length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits. I had already talked about that in a previous video. And the width of each curtain 4 cubits. And every one of the curtains shall have the same measurements. Well, God didn't want everybody to He didn't want everybody to see that his tabernacle was goofy looking. He wanted a really nice tabernacle for himself. And why shouldn't God have a really nice tabernacle for himself? 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another. In other words, they're going to be all put together. And you shall make loops of blue yarn on the edge of the curtain, on the selvage of one set, and likewise you shall do to the outer edge of the other curtains of the second set. Okay. 50 loops you shall make in the one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain that is on the end of the second set, that the loops may be clasped together with one another. Okay, so the idea was, once the curtains were hung up the way they were supposed to be, they were supposed to be put together. Whew. And that is a lot of stuff to cover. This chapter 26 is going to take us a long time to cover, because there's a lot of details, and these details are very important. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.